The holidays can be hard for those struggling with an eating disorder. We spoke with Kate Moore at the Counseling and Wellness Center to get some tips to help. The large amounts of food and people during the holidays can be triggering to those with an eating disorder. Between people making your plate and the high stress of family gatherings around the table, struggles with eating disorders can seem overwhelming. Kate Moore of the Counseling and Wellness Center says mentally preparing before you gather can make a huge difference. She offers some advice on what to do if you feel yourself spiraling this season.
So a great intervention for whenever you do feel yourself spiraling it's called TIPS, T-I-P-S. So that stands for temperature, intense activity, and progressive muscle relaxation. So those are all things that you can do to kind of reset your body sensory-wise. Change your temperature. I would really recommend going cold if you can. Intense activity, and then also the isolated tensing and untensing your muscle groups. Those can be really great for getting yourself back in the right headspace.
Moore says that preparation and knowing your triggers can help you get through social events this holiday season. We'll have more on this story tonight at 6.